supervisor. The academic dean gets back to school like 5 days early. I'm not sure why. It wasn't because of me. He gets back to school early, sends me an email, and he apparently has access to the emails that we blanket send to Try, and that upsets him a great deal, which, what do I care? I'm the one who has to worry the entire break from school about school. But he got me righted, and ever since then, him and the head academic counselor have always kind of like kept an eye on me, not in a bad way. They've actually taken care of me since that happened, because they know that I'm a noisy jerk who will go out of my way to make absolutely certain that they keep their promises. Sometimes you have to do that, though. They do an excellent job as administrators. I don't fault them for their jobs, and I would never try and tell them how to do it. But it's frustrating sometimes to get letters that say you have to retake everything. I didn't have to, by the way. But this time around, there was a scare with an attendance policy in grades, because they implemented a new thing where if you miss 20% of a class, you drop a letter grade. And they told us this at the beginning of the trimester, and I immediately made a reference chart for myself, because I tend to sleep a lot and attend marathons and do other things that involve missing class from time to time. Not 20% of them, but I made a chart for myself based on how many hours each class had and what 20% would entail. And I stayed within those ranges, but we find out towards the end of the try, when the teachers upload the attendance records online, that any time that they were absent for some reason, like if they had a sick day and canceled class, it takes that away from the total number of lecture hours according to the computers. So in a class where you meet for a total of 45 hours, you jerk. Get up there. You have the capacity to miss 9, because 45 times 20% is 9. But that particular teacher had missed 7 days. She was out for the entire first week of school for a conference somewhere, and then she got sick at some point. So the total number of lecture hours dropped from 45 to 38. And 20% of 38 is less than 8. Or something. It's less than 8, but I had missed 8 hours of that class, so within the range on 9, not within the range on 8. Sent her an email and saying, the attendance policy says this, and I've missed less than that total number of hours, which computers say over 20% minus a letter grade. And she understood what I was saying, but you can't go in and change the attendance records on the computers. That's falsifying records. So I thought that I was going to be shuffled out of school. Made my peace with the situation. Already had my plane tickets to LA and Seattle all taken care of. Started looking into aerospace engineering schools in the Houston area, which is where I would have had to move to. Fortunately, the class president of my starting class, who I'm friends with, noticed my frantic Facebook statuses, and he's friends with the academic dean, went and talked to him. He eventually managed to explain to him what was actually going on with the attendance records online. And they got me sorted out again. But for one glorious day, I thought that I was free of this school 2 years early. Why do I stay in? Well, because the financial security that the career itself actually offers is greater than the financial security of any other career that I can consider. And one thing that I noticed amongst many of my friends and relationships growing up is that money matters a great deal to the cohesiveness and happiness of a family. They say it can't buy happiness, but it can damn sure buy security. And on a similar note, chiropractic as a career allows you the free time necessary to start and maintain a family and actually be around to do so. My best friend growing up, his parents were medical doctors, and they had a huge, nice house, and it was always empty and quiet because they were always at work or on call or something, and he grew up pretty much by himself. And that's not the sort of parent that I intend to be. It's not, nothing that they could have done about it. But I've seen that path and I'm taking this one. Even if the school is not something that I would ever elect to do had I known what it was like. This chain of coin is always kind of frightening because you get pulled into that black square where Bowser's face was a few minutes ago. It pumps you out of the stage into the waterfall outside the castle. You have to run all the way back here to start the level over. If you get at it at the wrong angle, it can be harrowing. So I guess you could take a look at all the stories that I told you so far about the family that I have and understand why I want to be able to give the family that I want to have so much more freedom than what I have seen amongst my other relatives. Let's see, over there. Get up. Nice. Ah, awesome. You do something tricky and then Mario just walks off the edge. I'm waiting for that pole. Whoops. I almost got it by the Hot Pocket, but it's stuck to the napkin, so I'm going to get it by the Hot Pocket covered in paper towel. Not that it'll make a huge difference with the taste. I only had my first one of these Hot Pockets like a month ago, and they're my new favorite thing. They're slightly more expensive than ramen, but they are much tastier, and I've eaten so much ramen, it's crazy.